everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm moving the mic. I hope that you're all doing amazing today or tonight, wherever you are in the world today or tonight. Brain melt. Anyway, this video is going to be a book unhaul, which I haven't done a book unhaul in like a year. I did one last year, but I felt like it's time to do another one. So we're just going to go through a few books that I'm getting rid of. I'm probably going to give them to my mum and see if she likes them, and if not, then she can just give them to charity or something. But yeah, before we get started, please remember to subscribe, add me as a friend on Goodreads, follow me on my Bookstagram. They're all linked below. But we can just jump into this book unhaul. I've got a few books here, and we'll just go through each one and the reason that I am getting rid of it. So the first book that we are unhauling is A Court of Thorns and Roses. Is it going to focus? I might have to take it off cinematic. Okay, so the only reason I'm unhauling this is because this is my mum's copy. She lent me this God knows how long ago to read the first one, but I did end up getting the hardbacks, all of them in hardback, so I have my own copies of all of them, so my mum can finally have her copy back. So I'm unhauling this because it's not mine, but I have got my own copy, so don't have a heart attack over it. My mum will only read fiction if it's in paperback. She doesn't like reading hardback fiction. She'll read non-fiction in hardback, but not fiction. But yeah, I can finally give her this back. I didn't read this copy, but I have my own copy that I'm keeping. So yeah. Just going back to its rightful owner, where it is thoroughly loved by her. So the next two books are, oh my god, they're so dusty. Categories. So the next two books are two in a series, and it is The Night and Its Moon by Piper CJ, and then the second one, which was The Sun and Its Shade by Piper CJ. These are the first two in the series. I think there's 4 of them altogether. And you know what? So the first book, The Night and Its Moon, I got in October 2022. And this is annoying me, but this was one of the first books I read when I got back into reading fiction. And I remember I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this book. Gave it 4 stars. If I read it now, I probably wouldn't give it 4 stars, but obviously that was me getting back into fiction and reading fantasy again for the first time in forever. So I remember I bought this book and I really liked it, really enjoyed it. So that's fine. And then I bought the second book when it came out last year, which is a lot thicker, a lot thicker. I don't know why it's so much thicker actually, because it's not even that much longer. Anyway, and it took me ages to pick up, and then when I picked it up, I couldn't get into it. I ended up listening to half of it on audiobook and was listening to it so fast just to get through it. And I think by then I'd read so many other fantasy books that I liked more, that I just didn't care about these characters anymore. I didn't care about that, what was happening in it. So it's a series that I won't finish, so I don't need it anymore, and I think my mum will actually like the series, so she can have the first 2 books, and hopefully she'll enjoy them and she can love them. It's a shame as well because I really like the covers. They're like marketed as like bisexual fantasies. They're like bisexual, like poly fantasies. Anyway, so yeah, my mum, hopefully she will read them and she will like them, and maybe she will finish her series and she can tell me what happens, but I ain't doing it. The next book we have is The Last to Leave the Room by Caitlin Starling. I got this in an Evernight box in October last year. I subscribed to the Evernight like horror box, and this was the first book that I got. So it's like a special edition of it. It's got like the like nice covers and stuff. But I picked this up last year to read, and I ended up DNFing it like over halfway through. Like it was just boring, to be honest, and confusing. It was like so scientific. It felt like I was reading like a non-fiction book. So I don't need it. I'm gonna see if my mum likes it. Okay, I feel like someone just went past the window like too quickly to actually be human, and that creeped me the fuck out. Like that really scared me. Like something went just past the window, like a full on, like something massive went past the window, but like it went so quickly I can't imagine it being like human. Anyway, I don't know, creepy. Is my door locked? Anyway. Okay, so yeah, oh god, it's just a Just Eat like delivery. Okay, back to this. I picked it up last year, and I remember I put it down to read Iron Flame, and then like when I tried to pick it up again, like I just couldn't, so I ended up DNFing it. So I'm gonna see if my mum likes it. I very rarely get rid of books. I usually only get rid of books if I'm not finishing the series or I DNF it. Like if I read a book and I enjoy it, I usually just keep it on my shelf because I'm like trying to grow a library. But because this is a DNF, I'm happy to give it away, even though my mum doesn't like hardbacks. So I don't know if she's gonna actually like to pick this up, but we will see. It's meant to be like a horror about like a sinking city, and then this girl, like there's this random door, and when she opens the door there's like a clone of her that comes through, but it's just like, it's a good premise, it's just not good, like executed well. So yeah. Next is another book I DNF'd recently, and that is The Foxglove King by Anna Whitten. Really like a popular book. I know like the second in the series has come out recently. I think it's called like The Hemlock Queen. I picked this up, I read like 126 pages and couldn't get into it at all. Didn't care about the characters, didn't care about the setting, didn't care about the magic system. I didn't really even understand it either. She can kind of like animate the dead. See, like, but no one knows about it, and then she's like hired by like some royals to like uncover a plot, like discover a mystery and stuff. But like, I just could not get into it at all. But again, I think my mum might like this, so I'm gonna see if she wants it. Hopefully she doesn't already own it. it is long. It's like nearly 500 pages, and there's no way that I was going to get through this. And this is one that I've like recently bought, so that's annoying, but again, what can you do? So there we go. Then we have, really quickly, the Book of Shadows, a journal of magic spells and rituals. Bought this last year at like Halloween time. Haven't picked it up, probably won't pick it up, so it's gonna go. Again, like, some of the things I used to be into, I'm not as into anymore, so whilst I'm interested in stuff like this, it's just not something that I'm actually going to do. So we shall just, I don't think my mum will use it either. I haven't written it or anything, I might just give it to charity. That's going. The next, we have 2 books again. Next, this is in a series. I don't know what the series is called, but I think this is the first one. We have The Ashes of London and The Fire Court. These are the first 2 books, I think, in a series of maybe 4, maybe more. They're set in 1666, so like after or during the Fire of London. And I think they're like historic crime and mystery books. I really like the covers. I think that's like probably the reason that I bought them, is like I like the covers on them. But again, I've had them since last year, and every time I look at them, I just know that I am never going to read these. Like, I'm just not gonna read them. I think I picked them up at a time where I was like wanting to explore different genres, different books, and like I now know like what I like to read. And even though like I do obviously still want to read like different things, I just know I'm not going to read these. They're not something that is like grabbing my attention. Every time I look at them, like I just know that even if I picked them out of like my TBR jar, like I just wouldn't read them. But again, I think my mum would like them, so I'll give them to her. So it's like, it says like 2 mysterious deaths, a race to stop a murderer, a killer seeking revenge. Like, they sound like mysterious, but just not set in like a time that I'm interested in. But hopefully my mum will like them. So yeah, they're going. I feel like some things on my shelf, like, they just stress me out. When I know I'm not going to read them, I'm like, I just need to get rid of them, because they just stress me out knowing that I'm not going to read them. So that brings us on to the next 2, which, this was like difficult to admit that I'm just like not interested in reading these, and that is King of Scars and Rule of Woles by Leigh Bardugo. I really like Leigh Bardugo. His writing. I have read 6 of Crows, Crooked Kingdom, Ninth House, and Hellbent, and like I enjoy them. Crooked Kingdom, 6 of Crows, like 6 of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, like are amazing, and these are set like in that world, but they just follow like characters that I don't care as much about. If there was like a spin-off with like a Kaz in, about like a Kaz, then I would definitely read those books. But these 2 books follow Zoya and Nina and Nikolai, who are characters in 6 of Crows, but they're just not characters that I like really care about anymore. And these, like every time I look at, I've had these on my shelf again for like over a year, and every time I look at the box I just just think like it makes me anxious, and like, yeah, they just make me anxious because I'm like, oh, I should really read those, but like I don't want to. So it's time that they go, and hopefully I don't know if my mum's read Six of Crows yet. I know that she has it, so hopefully after she reads those, she can read these and she can tell me what happens. But I think I just thought last year, oh, I like really enjoyed that duology, so like I have to like read everything that's in that world, and like actually no, I don't have to do that, and that's okay. So I'm sure they're like great, I'm sure they're really well written, but there's just other books that I want to read and these aren't them, which is a shame because I like the covers. But yeah, they are going. And then finally we have again another book that I only bought like within the last few months, and that is The House of Fortune by Jessie Burton. So I read The Miniaturist last year and I finished it, but like, to be honest, I found it kind of boring. And this is like follows one of the characters from that book, but again, like, I don't care about that character, and I don't really care about like the setting of the world or like finding out what they're up to. And I did like Medusa, which Jessie Burton read, but this like is set in like the 1700s, and like it's just not like a time I'm bothered about reading about. So what is the point of keeping it? And my mum probably has read The Miniaturist, so she might pick this up, I don't know, we shall see. But yeah, it's just again one that I look at and it gives me anxiety because I'm like, I feel like obliged to read things that are on my shelves, so just getting rid of it so I don't feel like that. I actually do probably have like 3 or 4 books on my shelf that are like I am never gonna read, but like I won't get rid of. Like Les Mis, like I'm never gonna read that book. I love the musical, like love the musical, know all the songs, but like I'm never gonna read it, but it's gonna stay there. So, but yeah, but like ones like this, like we can just clear up some space. So yeah, that is all the books I'm getting rid of. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books. I think that's like quite good, getting rid of like 11 books. So hopefully they will find a better home and they will be loved thoroughly, but their time with me has come to an end. So yeah, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Are any of these books ones that you like literally love and you think, oh my god, why is she getting rid of them? Let me know.